Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome on board Flight 1337. This is your captain, Nighthawk speaking, and I have some information on our flight. It's going to take approximately 4 hours and 20 minutes, and our estimated time of arrival is none of your goddamn business. The weather is just peachy, and it's probably a good time to tell you we're going to be testing a few things here, particularly the GTX 1060, and if it's good enough to keep us in the air, or if we're all going to crash and die. On behalf of our crew, thanks for choosing AirTech FTP for your flight today. We hope to see you again soon. So we're finally ready to hop in. We are running at 1920 by 1080, ultra settings, everything's on ultra, GTX 1060 with a Ryzen 5 1600 AF. I'm shooting for maybe 20 to 30 FPS. We're going straight into New York City. I know for a fact that if you fly out in the country, you're probably going to get like way better FPS if you're out in Sweden in the mountains compared to all the buildings that are in New York City or some massive city. So that's going to be where we're going to test it for ultra, medium, and low settings. I'm excited. Let's do it. All right. New York City, baby. In the cockpit, we're looking at 20 FPS. Not bad. Let's head outside the cockpit. All right. Now we can see New York City in all its glory. A little bit lower FPS here. Oofda. With a nice drop down to 16. But I'd say we're floating around 20. We're gonna change our view here. Man, look at that. Look at that. That's New York City, baby. Oh yeah, when we get real down low. Up you go, up you go, up you go, up you go, up you go. Come on, baby. We're just trying to get a cool view. Hit it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look at that. New York City, baby. Oh, no, we lost control of the plane. We've lost control of the plane. Just trying to get a cool view. We're spinning out of control. It's holding steady, though, at about 20 FPS almost. Oh, my lord. Are we going to totally tank this? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, my gosh, we saved that. Let's get a cool view. Really tough on the FPS.
Nope.
Oh, we're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. If I pull out of this, you know what? That was pretty good flying right there. We got all the FPS we needed. This is the type of game where if you're at 20 FPS, it's completely playable. It's very slow movements and everything. But if you want to get a really good detailed look of the city down below and you're trying to fly at a really low speed, like you can see, I got some really bad dips down to like 5 or 6 FPS. But if you're out in the country, in a city that's not so big, I'm sure it would be just fine. So next up, we're going to hop into New York City again, but we're going to go at medium settings and see how the FPS fares during that flight. So I've noticed one thing, the game takes quite a while to load, and I usually just pass it off to my co-pilot over there, so while the plane's getting ready, I just... And then when it's ready, oh, hey, all right. Let's make sure we get our settings set here. We are going to go down to medium settings. I honestly think it's a little bit worse. So, hop in our cockpit here. Where we want to land. Whoa, wow, yeah, the city looks much different. You can tell instantly how much different it looks. So we're averaging maybe 30 to 40 FPS, but the detail of the city has gone way down. I mean, as expected. Let's go back into our flight here. Let's head down to New York City. We are going to... Oh man, we had some bad FPS there. We're gonna... I don't know how to talk on the mic yet, so I just wanted to learn how to fly. So, sorry I can't respond. Flight control. I'm flying over New York City, baby. Now once we get over... I think it's the Hudson River. Once we get over the Hudson, I'm going to try to go low, save it. Come on, I already crashed one time. So, oh, we're having quite a few stutters, honestly, but I never flew over this part on the ultra settings. But as far as smoothness goes, I mean, we are getting about 10 FPS more, but the trade-off for the detail of the city, I would much rather play at ultra settings. But that's just my test so far, so now we're here. Let's try to get down there. And we'll get a good peek of the city here. So, you know, it's still like not bad at all. Like the water looks really nice. Hello. Oh, come on, baby. Look at that. Look at that. That's called a professional. That's called a goddamn professional. Maybe not, but alright. Let's see if we can switch. Man. 20 FPS roughly. The plane is on a steady path. We like that. So there's my airport over there. Let's go back into this view. Honestly, because it just looks so cool. But yeah, it's getting terrible FPS over here. Which I think it's because what I noticed, what it seems like is when we get close to these taller buildings, then that's when we see these FPS dips. But man, yeah, New York City is absolutely demolishing our setup here. Let's go up, 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 up. Up. Come on, baby, save it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Full 360, New York City. Medium is not worth it whatsoever. I had like almost some more stutters. I took a different route a little bit, but the quality of the landscape and everything in the buildings was significantly lower compared to Ultra, obviously, and the FPS gains were minimal. So for me personally, I think I'm going to play this game on Ultra and just not fly around New York City too much, and so I'll be able to enjoy the game with a nice view. Uh-oh, I am Captain Sully here. Can I pull off a water landing? Come on, 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 come on. Oh, we're just kissing it. We're just kissing it. Come on, baby. Oh, I thought we were gonna do it. I thought I was Captain Sully for a second. I was about to put Captain Sully on here. Woo, come on, baby. I thought I was gonna be Captain Sully. Not today. All right, we have one more test. We're gonna go on low and see if that is even a significant difference compared to Ultra. I'm going to assume it is, really. I thought from Ultra to Medium was gonna be a lot bigger of a difference as well, but it wasn't the case. Alrighty then, everything's at low. Really not much of a difference here. This is kind of strange, right? Let's make sure everything's saved. Yeah, we are on low settings, so definitely maybe a little bit better, but nothing crazy. I mean, really, it's really nothing too different here. Nobody on the plane, that's probably a good thing. So let's change our view here and let's take a little flight through New York City. So as you can see, the terrain here doesn't look so good. The city is pretty low quality, but once again, let's kind of jump down. It seems like almost at lower settings we have more stuttering, which is quite odd. When we're on the Ultra, I didn't have this much stuttering. Man, the city not looking too hot here. It's just kind of a lot of geometrical squares. Is really the only detail is the windows. The water still looks pretty good, honestly. The sun reflection off it, but the city is just not great at all. If you just want to focus on the flying aspect of it, on low settings, I mean, it feels great. I don't know how we're still flying. I'm on 0 throttle. Is this how planes work? You can just fly with 0 throttle? I mean, I guess that's the case because I'm doing it. Yeah, a little higher, a little higher. Okay. So here it looks a little bit better. Those high rises kind of looked like a turd, honestly. Oh, we better pull up. We better pull up, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. Look at that. What a save. What a save. Wow. So here's New York City. You can actually see the cars moving. I didn't notice that before. There's a little bit of traffic through there. And overall, yeah, we're getting about 40 FPS now, which is much higher actually than the Ultra settings. But overall, I mean, the difference between the two is absolutely minimal. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and rock the Ultra settings no matter where I'm flying. So if you haven't played this game yet and you're thinking about it and you have a GTX 1060, absolutely purchase this game and you'll have a ton of fun. So I hope this was able to answer your question. If you were wondering, can you play Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, or is it worth it to buy the game if you only have a GTX 1060? And the answer is absolutely. This game is a ton of fun. There's so many options. There are so many different ways you can fly. You can use the keyboard and mouse. You can get a joystick. You can get a yoke. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't know how many flight hours I have, maybe only 4 or 5. As you can see, I'm still not the best at flying the planes, but regardless, I'm having a ton of fun, and the GTX 1060 actually surprised me. Even in New York City when we were on 20 FPS on ultra settings, it was completely enjoyable. Like, I would have thought I was at much higher FPS if I didn't have the settings up on the screen. So in the future, we're going to be doing some even lower graphics card tests. So this gives me a little bit of optimism that even if we're at 20 FPS, maybe on like medium or high settings, that it's still going to be a fun game to play and that you can enjoy it as well if that's the graphics card you're using. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Captain out.